Imagine you're a corn farmer. You've spent months growing your crop, but you don't know what price you'll get when harvest comes. Or imagine you're an airline. Jet fuel is one of your biggest expenses, but oil prices can swing sharply from month to month. What if you could lock in a price today for something you'll buy or sell months from now? That's what future contracts are designed to do. They're one of the core tools in financial markets, and by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how they work. A futures contract is a standardized agreement to buy or sell a specific asset at a predetermined price on a set date in the future. Unlike informal agreements between two parties, futures trade on regulated exchanges like CME Group or ICE. The exchange standardizes everything: the quantity, the quality, the delivery date, and the delivery location. The main thing traders negotiate is the price. Here's what makes futures different. When you trade a futures contract, the exchange's clearinghouse stands between buyers and sellers. It becomes the buyer to every seller and the seller to every buyer. That helps reduce counterparty risk because you're relying on the clearing process, not just the trader on the other side. There are two sides to every futures trade. If you go long, you agree to buy the asset at the contract price. Your position gains when prices rise. If you go short, you agree to sell at the contract price. Your position gains when prices fall. You don't pay the full value up front. Instead, you post margin, which is often only 2 to 12% of the contract's total value. That can create significant leverage. Every day, the exchange settles your position to the current market price. If your trade moved in your favor, you receive cash. If it moved against you, cash is debited from your account. This daily settlement is called mark-to-market, and it helps prevent losses from building up until expiration. Most traders do not take delivery of the actual commodity. In practice, most futures contracts are closed before expiration by entering an offsetting trade. You sell to close a long position or buy to close a short position. Let's see how a farmer uses futures to hedge. Say it's May, and a corn farmer expects to harvest in November. His production cost is $4.50 per bushel. December corn futures are trading at $5.50. The farmer sells December corn futures at $5.50, helping lock in that selling price. If corn prices fall to $4 by November, he sells his physical corn in the cash market for $4 per bushel. But because he is short the futures contract at $5.50, that futures position gains $1.50 per bushel, $5.50 minus $4. So effectively, he receives $4 from the physical sale plus $1.50 from the futures gain for a total of $5.50 per bushel. That is the basic idea of the hedge. The futures gain helps offset the lower cash price. Airlines can use futures in the opposite direction. They may go long crude oil or heating oil futures to protect against rising fuel costs. If oil prices rise sharply, their fuel bills go up, but gains on their futures positions can help offset that increase. Futures serve three main purposes. First, hedging. Producers and consumers use futures to transfer unwanted price risk to someone else. The farmer locks in a selling price. The airline locks in fuel costs. They give up some potential upside in exchange for protection. Second, speculation. Traders take directional views with leverage. Speculators can provide liquidity that makes hedging easier. Without enough active traders on the other side, hedgers would have a harder time entering and exiting positions. And third, price discovery. Futures prices aggregate the expectations of thousands of participants into a single transparent market price. When you see crude oil quoted at $80 a barrel, you're often seeing a futures price used as a benchmark. Before you trade futures, it's important to understand the risks. Leverage amplifies losses just as much as gains. A 5% move in the underlying can be enough to wipe out your margin, and you can lose more than you deposited. If your account falls below the maintenance margin level, you'll face a margin call. The broker requires additional funds quickly, often within one business day. If you fail to meet it, your position can be liquidated, often at unfavorable times. Futures contracts expire. If you want to maintain exposure, you have to roll your position into the next contract month. That roll can have costs, especially in a market condition called contango, where later contracts trade higher than near-term contracts. You may end up selling low and buying high on the roll. So the simplest way to think about futures is this. They let buyers and sellers lock in a future price today. Hedgers use them to reduce price risk, but speculators use them to take leveraged directional bets. And because margin creates leverage, the same structure that can magnify gains can also magnify losses. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more videos breaking down the concepts every investor should understand.